Hello and welcome to the Friday market update. A little bit early, but mortgage rates re-enter the twilight zone and why the no tax on tips could be huge for Las Vegas. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm recording this a little bit early because I'm headed into surgery tomorrow for a torn rotator cuff. Wish me luck. And we've got Memorial Day weekend right around the corner, but I couldn't skip this update because there's a lot happening. Mortgage rates are now back above 7%. The market feels like it's just stuck in this twilight zone, and we just saw a bill pass the Senate that could be an absolute game changer for tipped workers here in Las Vegas. So let's break it down. So first, rates back over 7%. Welcome to the twilight zone. We've been here before. I don't like being here. Hopefully it won't last long, but we're in that mode right now. So mortgage rates pop back above 7% for a conventional 30-year fix, according to Mortgage News Daily. And just when we thought we were turning a corner, guess what? We're right back in this high rate territory. We will come down one day, but it gives buyers opportunity. So buyers are definitely hesitating. Wall Street doesn't know what to expect. And it feels like we're in this weird limbo where no one can quite predict what's going to happen next. There's so much going on. It's the twilight zone of the economy. A big part of this uncertainty, well, the House just passed the Trump bill. That is calling big, beautiful bill. It's designed, I'm going in for surgery, remember. It's designed to spark growth with major tax cuts and spending. And while that might sound like good news on paper, a lot of people are worried it could actually reignite inflation. So if inflation starts ticking up again, mortgage rates could stay high or even go higher from this point. We're going to just have to wait and see. But those that take advantage of this time could benefit greatly. So even though the bill is focused on boosting the economy, right now it's just adding to the confusion. And that's not helping the real estate market or the mortgage industry one bit. We're seeing inventory levels start to rise, interest rates starting to rise, buyers start to hesitate. But there is a potential good news on the way, and that's the no tax on tips, which is a potential game changer for Las Vegas buyers. So here's what we know about this. The U.S. Senate unanimously passed the No Tax on Tips Act, which would make up to $25,000 in cash tips tax-free each year for workers earning less than $160,000. Now, it still has to pass the House before it becomes law, but support is strong. It's both support from both the Democrats and the Republicans. Maybe they can agree on something. Why is this such a big deal for Las Vegas? Well, there's so many of our residents, from servers, bartenders, valets, nightclub hosts, that rely on tips. But a lot of those tips just go unreported. They don't report them because they really don't want to pay the taxes on it. And that hurts them when it comes time to qualify for a mortgage. I see it every day. How much money do you make? Well, I make this, but I only report this. If they can report their tax or their tips, guess what? They can actually qualify for a lot more. And here's a kicker. If this bill becomes law, those tips could be reported as income without being taxed. They don't have to pay it. So why would they not report those tips? So this means that they will have more qualifying income without any kind of tax hit. So let's talk about how that impacts their buying power. So let's say someone currently reports $60,000 a year in income, $5,000 a month. And that's what they've made. That's what they've reported income. They do have some tips that they do have to report. If they start reporting an additional $25,000 in tips, as the bill is looking like, they now are at an income of $85,000 per year. So they go from $60,000 a year to $85,000 per year. That's a difference. And it could increase their home buying power by as much as $125,000. So we're talking about going from qualifying for a $300,000 home to potentially a $425,000 home. That's a big difference between a starter condo and potentially a move-in ready single family home in a good neighborhood. So this is huge. And this bill, if passed, is expected to be retroactive to the beginning of 2025. So it becomes effective for the entire year, which means it could help buyers qualify as early as next tax season. So if they submit their taxes in January, late January, early February, they could be in a home in February or March of next year. So there are still some details to watch, like how it affects payroll taxes and whether lenders will adjust their guidelines. But the momentum is real, and the impact could be massive for the city of Las Vegas. So to sum it all up, we're back in the 7% mortgage, Terry, and the market is just stuck in this economic limbo. Trump's big, beautiful bill might help long term, but short term, man, it's stirring up inflation fears. And on the bright side, the no tax on tip bill could open up real homeownership opportunities for thousands of hardworking Las Vegas locals getting tips as income. If they start reporting the tips they actually earn, they can buy a house. And a lot of them can't right now. So we'll keep a close eye on how this develops and what it means for qualifying guidelines. Until then, have a safe and restful Memorial Day weekend. I'll be on the couch, just nursing my arm, icing it, but I'll be back soon, hopefully with one less sling and a lot more news to share. So I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Gaylord out. Bye-bye.